is the tag team of two, and this is the Ridin Durty Radio Show. It's your boy Vic XL.
And I'm Boss Lady Bird.
How you doing today, Bird?
I'm good, sir. How about yourself?
Man, I've never been better. I'm about to take me a little vacation, get me some tattoos.
Oh, really? What kind of tattoo are you gonna get?
If I tell you, then the world is gonna pick at me, and I don't want to be trolled.
Okay.
So now I'm gonna tell you because I don't care. I have a friend. He's like one of my best friends in the world, and he makes amazing music to me. And so, well, first of all, I want to get a sleeve, a half sleeve, right? And
Yeah.
and most people are like, boy, you too old to start getting tattoos. And yeah, I am, but hey, it don't matter. I started getting tattoos late, but now I'm addicted. So I want a half sleeve, but I want my half sleeve to be a homage to hip hop. So I want to get iconic logos tattooed on my arm, like Tupac, Outkast, but they're official logos. I want just all different hip hop logos tattooed on my arm. Like right now, I have a boom box, I have a cassette tape, a microphone, music notes, but all my tattoos are somehow related to hip hop. Even like my wife's name is on me, but it's inside a microphone. My mother's name is on me, it's inside of a boom box. So all my tattoos represent hip hop, and I'm gonna start getting logos. And my best friend is an amazing artist, and he makes amazing music, even though the world doesn't know. But I want to get his logo tattooed on me.
Well, that's really cool.
But I think when people see it, they're gonna that's some good troll material.
Yeah, because I mean, I will say Gene trolls Captain Kirk all the time about his
Yeah.
Upchurch tattoo.
And look, and I've heard that before, and I've heard other people troll him about it too. And I'm like, man, golly, they're gonna get me. So, and I keep telling my friend ain't tripping off of it. He's like, man, he know I love my best friend. I love him. He is so high up my I love you chain. It don't matter because to him it's the ultimate sign of respecting our friendship. But you
Right.
know, the trolls coming. Whenever they get mad at me, they coming. Like you got that man name tattooed on you. You must be whatever. You know what they're gonna say,
Well, they
Bird?
can't say shit. They got Gene's grandma tattooed on their ass, though.
You know what they're gonna say? They're gonna be like, you done gave him a
What they gonna
mod.
say?
You made him a mod. You must be sleeping with him.
Oh God.
That was just going back to something somebody said about me and you. Okay, Bird. Hip hop news is always something going on in these streets. And
Yup.
the YouTube gods sent me and you both applications to fill the job to give the news to the people. And we both answered. So we got to clock in right now.
Let's do it.
And I need to start this show off with our daily dosage or episode dosage of a day in the life of YNW Melly. What's going on in the courtroom, Bird?
Okay, so they have dismissed the prosecutor that tried the case the first time because she tried to cover up some shit that a detective did when it pertained to which they'll hear about this the first part on the show tomorrow, but there was a warrant served kind of illegally on YNW Melly's mother for her phone. There wasn't um a deputy or anybody from that jurisdiction there when the warrant was served. So it was served out of jurisdiction. And the prosecutor pretty much tried to cover it up or not really cover it up, just ignored the fact and didn't file the correct paperwork and a bunch of stuff. So she has now become a defense witness. which means she cannot prosecute Melly any further. She cannot be on the case. So they have removed her from the case. Friday, they had a motion to dismiss, which of course the judge denied it. So they're going to be proceeding with his case. They have delayed the trial, I believe, now because they got to find a new prosecutor. But that's really about all that's happened in the last week. They've dismissed the prosecution and they have to find a new one. It keeps looking for better and better. They did bring charges on Melly and his co-defendant apparently for witness tampering. I don't really know how that's going to be too good. They said that his co-defendant had a witness list, like a hit list of the jurors. So I think it looks much worse on his co-defendant than it is his right now. He's got a new lawyer this time on his case, and he is really, really good and really thorough. So I think things are really looking up for him in this case. I still believe if the prosecution didn't prove it the first time, I don't know how a new prosecutor that isn't even probably really familiar with the case is going to proceed or at this point, because being he had a mistrial, he gets the right to a speedy trial this time. So yeah, it's just time, just waiting. I wish and hope that this prosecutor that they bring in maybe will drop the death penalty, because then it will be much more easier for him to get a bond. So we're just pretty much playing a waiting game at this point.
I've always wanted to ask, because I've always seen things you put on your community tab. Are you a not super fan, but like, are you a fan of, because I always wanted to ask, is Bird a fan of Melly's music, or is she just...
Absolutely.
Oh, so you are a fan of his music?
Yeah, I was a fan of his music before trial started. And like I said in a prior episode, I really thought that he was guilty in the beginning. I do not anymore.
I'm gonna be very honest. I have kept up with this case through you. You have definitely been my vehicle, even more so than the news. I'm like, let me go to Bird Channel and find out what's going on with Melly's case. I'm gonna be honest. You couldn't have told me a year and a half ago that he was not guilty, but now I ain't so sure. And
yeah, I really don't. And if he did do it, if in fact that he did do it, the prosecution has done a shitty job of this far of trying to prove that and convince. Like, they did a really, really shitty job. There's no solid evidence. The defense even had a witness saying, I believe it was, matter of fact, because in the first trial, the defense called one witness, and that was it. And their witness stated that Melly was not even in the car at the time of the shooting. He had exited the vehicle. There's nobody to say that he's lying or wrong. Nobody has, tried to. There's no proof that that he wasn't or was. Like they don't. They don't have it. I'm sorry, they don't have it. I'm really anxious for them to get Melly's trial out of the way, and I want to see the evidence that they have on the co-defendant.
You know what's interesting to me in this situation, and it reminds me and really just listening to your coverage of it, it reminds me of a trial. I've only had jury trial. I've only been on jury duty once in my life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And probably because of my background, I had to get things. But now I'm situated. So I was on a jury trial. Probably one of the most famous jury trials in my town. And I can pretty much guarantee you I'll never get jury duty again.
Was you that one? Was you that one that just wouldn't decide with the rest?
So much that they made a TV show about it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I am on an episode of 48 Hours. Never mentioned that on the internet before. But yes, I am on an
I
episode of
was gonna
48
say, I learn something new about Vic every week.
hours. Right now, if you go look at 48 hours and you type in the case of Mary Catherine Higdon,
Mm-hmm.
you'll see me on 48 hours talking about the case. And so now this case reminds me a little bit of that case based off what you're saying.
Yeah.
Now, because this is something I think a lot of people get it confused. They think it's just cut and dry. You did it, you go to jail. But these people have a responsibility to do their job. And just like me or you, if we don't do our job, we get fired. If these people don't do their job correctly, hey, the person might need to be set free. Sometimes it becomes bigger than guilty or innocent. It becomes, you know, maybe I'm guilty, but these people are trying to railroad me to make me get more time than I deserve. And I was on a case like that. Everybody listen to the show. If you want to go look at 48 hours, type in Mary Catherine Higdon. She was a 21-year-old girl who shot and killed. She was 22 and she shot and killed her 21-year-old boyfriend. And yeah, your boy set her free. We set her free, dog. She,
Yay!
she walking in the streets. She admitted that she did it, but they tried to railroad her and charge her with the wrong things. So, because they was trying to get a super stiff sentence, so they charged her with malice murder. So at that point, it wasn't about murder. It was about, was this malice murder? And what upset the city, and I still live in the city to let people know I ain't ran no damn where. Matter of fact, I got on TV and talked about it. The city didn't, they only charged her with one thing, and that was malice murder because that carried the most time, right?
Mm-hmm.
But things they should have charged her with, they didn't. And she wasn't guilty of malice murder. So what do you do? If
Hey,
do you say
you
well, she did kill him, or do you do your job is to basically go on the evidence and say, is this person guilty of this crime that we're saying they've done? They only
yeah.
said it was malice murder. She wasn't guilty of malice murder, so she's walking the streets free now. Was she guilty of murder? Yes. Was she guilty of killing someone? Yes. But they only charged her with malice murder, and malice murder means that basically you woke up that morning and decided I'm gonna kill this person. That's not what happened. So for that reason alone, she's she's free. And when we went to deliberate, it's 11 people on the jury, 12 people on the jury, and 10 of them said guilty. And I was thinking to myself, man, this ain't cool, right? And I said, it's just one
Yeah.
person willing to say not guilty, it's on. And one dude said not guilty, and Bird, it was on. And I think I'm a pretty decent talker. And me and that other gentleman eventually convinced those people that what they're trying to do to this girl is wrong. Yes, what she did was wrong, but they have a job to charge her with the correct crime.
Right. Technicalities.
So, we took a lot of flack on the internet about that, you know, but yeah, Mary Captain Higdon. If you ever get an opportunity, look up that case. I was on that jury. And I know Griffin, Georgia would never ever put me on jury again because they probably like, yeah, he let people off. I've been blackballed. My name is probably on every don't put him on the jury list in the world. You want to, so, but yeah. And that's how I'm starting to feel about Melly now. I feel like they just want to keep this man in jail by any
Mm-hmm.
means necessary and do less when it comes to their job. All kind of stuff is coming out. Now the prosecutor, come on, man. Free this
Yep.
kid. Free this kid.
Absolutely. Free Melly.
Free this kid. All right, man. Let's talk about something very, very historic that happened in Atlanta, Georgia on 10/17. That's funny, 10/17, because everyone who knows Gucci Man label is called 10/17.
Oh wow. Yeah.
On 10/17, if you're from Atlanta, you'll know Gucci does a concert every year it's like a Gucci Mane and Friends concert. It's he's done it like 3 years in a row in the city, 10/17 day. Um, last night, well, it won't be last night when this airs on 10/17. When Gucci took the stage, Gucci's manager, his name is ATL Snake. ATL Snake is a legendary manager in this city. He's managed so many artists from Atlanta who've had, you know, very, very prosperous careers. Well, now he manages Gucci. But he started out working for T.I.'s label. And everybody always thought that was weird. You know, he learned his craft working with T.I. and then end up going to Gucci because a lot of people know Gucci and T.I. don't get along. Gucci has made several records dissing T.I., uh, said a lot of things in interviews dissing T.I. Well, on 10/17/2023, during the Gucci Mane and Friends concert, he invited none other than the King of the South, T.I., to stage, and they made amends. They shook
They
hands.
did. And for anybody that didn't know, the beef started back in 2012 when Gucci claimed that he started the genre of trap music, and T.I. disagreed with that because he had an album that was called Trap Music, and he says that's where the genre come from. So that's what their disagreement was about. But I'm glad that they finally made amends, and I think that they can both do great things for trap music probably together now. Now we
Yeah.
need Boosie and Ti to settle their differences.
I don't but and speaking of Boosie and T.I., some months ago, I seen where they ran into each other at the airport and they seemed extremely cordial. So I don't know where they know what we need is that Boosie T.I. album that's already been
No,
recorded that
no, they
Boosie
need to
now
both drop that.
yeah, drop that. But with the T.I. and Jeezy, I mean the T.I. and Gucci Man trap music debate, um, it really depends on which artist you like first. And I'm going to speak from a historian perspective because I've pretty much been there through the inclination of both these gentlemen. So when people ask me, Vic, who do you think started trap music?
How'd you know
Right?
I was fixing to ask? I was fixing to ask your opinion on that because I feel like you have insider information.
Okay, so I look at it from the perspective of, all right, first of all, because I'm old, when people say, I throw people a curve and they say, Vic, who started trap music? I say the Hard Boys. And everybody look at me crazy because most people don't know who the Hard Boys are. The Hard Boys was a group out of Atlanta, um, or I say that a damn shame. They were two independent groups out of the city who really represented trap, but they really never made it past Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So so when you say who started trap, I would say one of those groups, and people 40 and up will probably agree. Now, when you say who made trap content a household thing to listen to, I would say Gucci. Because Gucci was talking that Gucci actually put out records before T.I. A lot of people don't know, but Gucci had records out in the marketplace
Right.
before Ti. So Gucci was talking that trap talk. A lot of people don't know Gucci had a record called Black Tea. You remember when they had the White Tea record? Well, Gucci came out with a record Black Tea, the gangster
Mm-hmm.
version of White Tea. And that when he was probably 17, 18 years old. Then T.I. later on came out with I'm Serious, trap music, so on and so on. Now, if you want me to say who made the word trap music a household word, I have to give it to T.I. Because Gucci wasn't calling it trap. He was just rapping about trap subject. So it
Right.
really depends on how you want to define it. Because T.I. definitely coined the word, named his record that.
Mm-hmm.
Like Gucci wasn't naming records trap anything until after you seen trap music. So if I had to say, okay, we're gonna go who trademarked the word, that would be Ti. So legally, he will be the owner. But who put out commercial records talking about trap content, it would be Gucci. But if we're talking about those two, but if we're talking about the subject matter as a whole, it would be a damn shame in the Hard Boys. But most people probably can't even Google those guys because they were before the MySpace era. But
Oh
but
wow.
I have to go with T.I. because he was the first person who dared to name a record trap music and make people say he put a like they say, how they say, put a face to the voice. He kind of put a name to the
Absolutely.
content.
I
He
think
put
you
a name.
have to accredit Atlanta pretty much in general for trap music.
I'm gonna be honest. When people say I do trap music, I automatically assume they're from Atlanta. And when I hear that from
Right.
somewhere else, I'm like, what? Now,
Right.
not saying you couldn't be a fan of Atlanta trap and develop your own style if you're in Memphis. And I just think all different, different pockets of music. Like I think we have now what I like to call country trap. Artists in the country rap genre who rap about trap stuff. And I don't think it's wrong.
Absolutely
But
not.
that's just my opinion. But I have to give it to T.I. But the one thing I respect about T.I. and everybody who listens to the show, if you never had an opportunity to come to Atlanta and visit the Trap Museum, it's definitely worth the $10 or $20 it costs to get in. I don't remember. Just to come. When you go in the Trap Museum, it's not just about T.I. And I always respected, even though Gucci has publicly dissed T.I. year after year after year after year, when he built that Trap Museum, the third person who went in that museum was Gucci. So no matter what Gucci ever said about him, he put him in that museum. The first person in the museum was, of course, T.I. The second was Young Dro. But then he done Gucci and Jeezy and so on and so on and so on. But if you ever come to Atlanta and you don't visit the Trap Museum, you're crazy if you like this music. And, it's just a dope vibe. Dope, 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 dope vibe. So, but I was
And if
glad.
you ever go to South Carolina, make sure you go to the Trap Church, the Pink Trap Church.
What?
There's a Pink Trap Church in Greenville, South Carolina.
Really? Tell me about it.
Oh God, absolutely.
I did not know that. I did not know that. That's crazy. So what's in the Trap Church? Does Gene preach there?
No, I know they have like this old car outside that's also painted pink. And I want to think it's in like a 96 Impala, which everybody knows that is the most trap car to drive, in my opinion. But they actually hold trap church service there every Sunday. It's
Wow.
yeah. It's like it's more than just a Sunday service, they say. It's like the hub of creativity and entrepreneurship and personal growth. Like, it's the trap church.
That is dope. That is so dope. Now and maybe this is something we should talk about sometimes. That they have what they call trap choirs now.
And you know what? I think that they have one. I want to say they have a smaller trap, a pink trap with a car outside too in Atlanta that 2 Chainz is a
Okay,
part of or has had something to do with.
so let me tell you about this. So I don't know if you remember a few years back, 2 Chainz had a album come out called "Pretty Girls Like Trap Music" or "Pretty Girls Like."
Absolutely. And that's
Okay,
where the
so
pink
yes,
house and the trap come from. But now they actually have the Pink Trap Church in Greenville, South Carolina.
I just looked it up for everybody who don't believe me and Bird. Well, don't believe Bird. The address is 825. Because people might not believe you, Bird, but I had to pull it up. The address is 825 Woodside Avenue, Greenville, South Carolina. Trap Church. Man, they got reviews on it and everything. Crazy.
So just something out of the ordinary for anybody that likes trap. And if you're, visiting South Carolina, check out the Trap Church. Not sponsored.
Yeah. They need to send us a T-shirt or something just to talk about it. But yeah, so 2 Chainz actually bought that corner house and that car and had it painted pink, and it was a promotional tool for the album he was coming out. So he really only did it for like 90 days. And um funny story, it was getting so much attention, the city shut that shit down
Oh, they
because he
didn't
wanted
preserve it?
no. Once that
Oh.
90 day, once his 90-day lease was up, oh, they knocked that goddamn house down and moved that car. So if you had a chance to come to Atlanta and take a picture in front of that, because that was the problem. It was in a neighborhood and so many people, it became a tourist attraction. And the city was like, hell no, this is causing all kind of traffic and this, that, and the third. So they did honor his lease, but he wanted to keep it. And hell, the city was like, man, if you don't knock that abandoned house down. So that car, that official car that was in the yard,
Did
is
they at
in,
least put it in the trap museum?
it is in the Trap Museum.
Okay, good.
Now,
Good.
another true story about that. Oh my God, my man, when I get to talk, and it's not about me, but when I get to talking, I remember things or people that I'm friends with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like right now, if you Google that house, my best friend is the official photographer and owns the rights to the picture of that legendary house and car.
Well, good. I don't have to, because I use that on Trap Radio. I use that image quite frequently. So now I know that I'm all good with that. Thanks, Vic.
Yeah. Um, his name is Mickey Griffin on Instagram. His name is MF Griffin, but he spells it EMF Griffin. But that's my best friend. Matter of fact, when you hear me talk about just be a good person, me and him came up with that slogan together. But he's the official photographer of the official trap house in that vehicle. And he sells prints of it too.
Well, shout out to you, my guy.
Yeah, man, I done had a decent life. I'm just broke still. I don't know what happened. All my friends are rich. I'm just broke. All right, let's see what else is going on. Oh my God, bro, we gotta talk about this before we leave.
Okay.
Jada Pinkett Smith, and we mentioned her a little bit, but
Yeah.
Jada has
And it
written.
seems like ever since we did mention her and talked about her on the show that I believe will air in the morning, I've seen her name in the news everywhere.
Bird, I'm telling you, it's just gonna be a matter of time, and they're gonna be talking about Vic and Bird breaking the news.
Yeah.
So Jada right now is on what I call her book. Well, she's on her book tour. She's
Yeah.
on her book tour to promote her book, Worthy. The unfortunate part, or fortunate part, depends on what side of the fence you're on. Jada is talking. She's just being a goddamn chatty patty, in my opinion. She's being a chatty patty. She is just talking about
Yeah, I
stuff
feel
that.
like that really she shouldn't do that. I think she should just give a little bit and everybody should have to read the book to hear the rest. I think she's talking a little too much.
Now she
Like if you
revealed,
tell us everything, then we don't have to buy the book and read it.
but I agree with that. But do you also kind of feel like if she's telling us this much, what's in
Then
that book?
what is she leaving out that's in the book? Yeah, I get that too.
So I
But
kind
yeah,
of like,
it seems to be quite the promotional tour for herself.
um,
And I think that the arrest and the Tupac murder has only enhanced that for her as well too, because we all know that her, she says that Tupac was her true love, her soulmate.
but you know she's been saying that for years.
Yeah, yeah,
She's been saying that for years, and so this is something for me because she revealed that her and Will have been separated since 2017. I always felt uncomfortable with how much she talked about Tupac being married to Will,
mm-hmm.
especially since she never married Tupac. Now, had she married Tupac and he had his untimely demise and things, happen, with Will, then, because I always wondered, like, people who are married and when their mate passes and they get remarried, the person who remarries them got to deal with the love they had for that person because it never really was completely fulfilled because they died in the midst of the love. But Jada never married Tupac, and from what she say, they never even slept together. So I wonder how Will feels because she's so open about her professed love for Tupac. Well, now I know Will probably didn't give a damn because they weren't even together.
Right. And I just wonder too in my mind, I'm like, I wonder if Tupac, because we only get to hear one side of the story. So I wonder if he feels the same way about her.
Well, from all the
Give me a
women
sign, Pac. Give me a sign.
no. Well, do it when we're not doing the show. I don't want no sign from no dead people. Um, I'm scared of ghosts. But my thing is, so now that she's let us know that her and Will haven't been together since 2017, um, man, now I don't feel bad for Will. Because now I wonder, like, to me, in all stories, there's a hero and a villain. And I think for so many years, because Will is the squeaky clean guy, we kind of villainized Jada.
Jada, yeah.
Now, like, okay, like with the whole August Alsina thing. Now,
Mm-hmm.
now obviously they weren't together, so it wasn't that big of a deal. So now when she says I was in an entanglement, it's not that strange because plenty of people get separated, but they live separate lives, so they start dating. They might not be
Right.
divorced, but they start dating. But now, because for years we were like, damn, Will just took that. But now, nah, Will was obviously probably doing his thing, and it just didn't become public because Jada is the villain in this story. So part of me feels like Jada's kind of fighting back because Will ain't saying nothing. He ain't saying a damn
Yeah,
thing.
I noticed that. I've been waiting for him to break his silence, so to speak.
I don't think he ever will.
He may not. He don't seem like the type of guy to do that. But
Now
we
I
never know.
always
I mean, you never know. He may talk about it on the podcast. Maybe he's saving it for the podcast. I know it's supposed to be about hip hop and all that, but that may be where he speaks about it. Who knows?
I don't know. I'm enjoying watching Jada, but I also feel like you're giving us so much. But it's great marketing and promotion because she's been talked about everywhere. Every podcaster, YouTuber who covers entertainment is talking about Jada. So she's definitely smart enough to get the attention she needs for this book. I hope it does well. Um, and I've always been a fan of Jada. And I ain't gonna lie, with her being villainized, it kind of made me turn against her. So I like when women don't play the victim, but take their power back. Like, I'm such a fan of women. I like when they take the power back and not be so submissive. Now, I hate women who play the victim, but I do like when they say, nah, I ain't going for it. I ain't going. So right now, I feel like Jada's like, I ain't going. I wasn't mad that she said Chris Rock was in her DMs. I wasn't mad about that. You know, I do kind of feel like she overly talks about Pop because for you to never get the wood and be talking about him all these years later, golly.
Right, right.
So that's
Yeah,
that.
definitely was impressionable upon her.
So I don't know. I want to see her win. I'm not gonna buy the book Worthy, but I might download. I don't really read a lot of books, but I love um audiobooks. So I probably will download it because I really want to hear her story now. She has intrigued me, you know. She has intrigued me. I'm very, very interested in
And
and
then that in itself says she's out here doing her job with this book promo. Way to go,
well,
Jada.
yeah, you can't say she don't work hard. Anybody saying
Nope.
she don't work hard, they are telling a lie. Last thing I got, and I meant to send you the video to this. 6ix9ine has been arrested in the
Hmm.
DR.
Mm-hmm.
The world's greatest snitch is
Now, do you think that he was maybe provoked?
no, because I've done some digging last night, and I know why he's been arrested. So hell no, no,
Okay.
he's so everybody watching this show. Me and Bird talked about Annual A and 6ix9ine dating Annual's baby mama. So this is really about her. So she's an artist in the DR. She's a very, very popular artist in the DR. And what 6ix9ine done was he went to the studio and jumped on her producer and writer. He has an issue with the chemistry she has with her production team.
Oh, okay.
And he basically made them think he was in Miami. Because from my standpoint, if a man and a woman are together, right? And if I know I don't like my wife or my lady hanging out with these guys, and she go hang out with them anyway, I feel like it's a problem. Now, whether the problem is me or her, I don't know, but it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the whole ruckus is about.
Absolutely.
She's working with people, and he doesn't like the chemistry. There's like a video of her years ago that went viral in the DR of her twerking on her writer. They really have a chemistry, but you know that music is very sexual anyway.
Right.
But he basically went to the studio and jumped on the producer, and he was looking for her writer, but the writer wasn't even there. So the producer and somebody else just got the beats for nothing. But she issued a statement saying she's still with him, she loves him, and they're gonna work through it. The producers issue situation saying, you know, there's nothing going on, and you know, he just really didn't even want to talk about it, but he's kind of being forced to talk about it because it's legal. He said he didn't even want to call the police at first. But that man caught the beats. And 6ix9ine, this is my question to you though, because being on felony parole, right? Do you think
Mm-hmm.
6ix9ine will go to jail for? I mean, do you think they're going to violate him for? Is this a parole violation for being in an altercation?
But it was out of this country, right?
It's in the Dominican Republic. Yeah,
Well, then, how can he even leave the country being on parole? Did he get permission to do that?
I'm sure. I'm sure because
Hmm.
because now you know a lot of people because 6ix9ine name only comes up now in stuff like this. We don't hear about his music,
Yeah.
but 6ix9ine has completely changed his music, and he's over in the lane with the Bad Bunnies, the Annual A's. We'll probably never hear his music on hip hop radio, but he's doing really, really well in the Hispanic community, making reggaeton and that type of music. So he's still getting numbers. It's just chances are if you're not in that lane, you won't hear it.
Well, I would figure a condition of his parole and them allowing him to go is you stay your ass out of trouble. He didn't do that, so I absolutely think that it should be a violation.
So you ain't gonna be screaming free 6ix9ine?
No, no, he ruined that. He ruined that. Because I was prior to all the rat and the snitching, I was a big 6ix9ine fan. I thought the boy was hard as fuck, but
I did too.
I can't ride with no rat, so he fucked that up. But no, I ain't gonna be screaming sick, no free, no, no. Like I
Yeah,
said, him and Gunna kind of in the same box to me at this moment.
he now don't put Gunna in that big of a box.
I can't help it. I feel like he's gonna end up on the stand when they finally get my guy Young Thug to trial. And Young Thug, my guy, I'm a big Young Thug fan.
No,
Free Thugger, but so I can't. We'll
I
see.
agree with you.
We'll see.
I agree with you, but But Gunner hadn't cooperated yet. 6ix9ine is a full-fledged. Matter of fact, I was looking in Webster's dictionary the other day, and I looked up the word snitch.
You say, I don't know. I hear a lot of rumors that he did cooperate. I hear a lot of rumors he did cooperate. We'll see. Like I said, we don't know yet.
Well,
I do find it funny that 18 of the co-defendants is walking around here free, and they won't even give my guy Young Thug some bonds. So somebody said something.
My thing with that is, I can't. Right now, I can't call him.
This is my opinions only. I
just can't call him a full-fledged snitch until I see him on that stand. Right now, he's just half a snitch.
I get it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he don't end up on the stand, I will come on here and make a complete apology to Gunna. But I just feel like we are going to see him on that stand.
Hey, did you see the video a while back? He had his car parked in like a parking deck somewhere, and some people seen that it was his vehicle, and they left and came back, and they just threw a bunch of cheese slices on his car.
Rat. Shout out to those people.
That's a troll. That's a troll for you.
That is a troll.
You just come out.
Now fuck this paint job up, because I hear baloney will fuck up a paint job.
What?
Yeah, baloney? You throw some baloney on somebody's car, it'll fuck up their paint. Yeah.
Man, okay, that's crazy. I don't know if the cheese did, but just come out your car and
I don't know what baloney got in it, but I'm telling y'all, it'll fuck up a paint job.
Well, it don't fuck up my stomach because I love me some bologna.
I love me some fried bologna, cheese and ketchup.
What? Hold on. Whoa, you just messed it up. You made it nasty.
Cheese no, wait, I gotta ask you something. I have to ask you something because I get this from my mama, and I think it's only a Georgia thing. Do you eat banana, cheese, and mayonnaise sandwiches?
No, but my mother did. I was raised on it. Okay. I was raised
People think that it's so weird, and I'm like, it's so good. The combination of sweet and salty, and I'm not even big on bananas. But I love me a banana and cheese and mayonnaise sandwich. If y'all don't knock it, y'all better try that shit. And then they make like this pineapple salad too, with like shredded cheese in it and mayonnaise that they used to, make around the holidays as like finger foods and shit.
I remember that too. So
yeah, I was like, my mama from the same place you is. So yeah.
As a child, there were a lot of things that I was forced to eat that I said once I'm grown and can say no, I'll probably never eat it. And that banana sandwich is one of those things. Yeah,
it's pinto beans for me. I don't fuck with pinto beans. I don't give a fuck about no pinto beans or cornbread. I don't want that. I'll eat some white bean, some northern bean with some ham and shit, but don't bring me no dirt tasting ass pinto beans. I ain't with it.
And so I eat pinto beans, but now do I eat No, I don't really eat pinto beans. I don't know. Do you eat? I'm gonna test your get up. Do you eat red? Do you eat red link sandwiches?
What the fuck is that?
You don't know what a red link is?
Oh, a red link, like the pink sausages?
They look like a thicker but small hot dog. And when you boil them in water, the water turns red.
Yeah. They call them something else here in Chattanooga.
Yeah, they're called red.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're called red links. Some people split them and fry them, or some people just boil them in water, and then you can peel that little layer of film back. Yeah. Have you ever ate a boiled one? A boiled?
No, but I've eaten them fried.
Okay. Because my wife loves them fried. I love them fried. But when my wife's not home, I boil them and eat them with ketchup and mustard. All right, Bert. That made me hungry. We actually didn't have a lot of topics today. We just covered everything. I did have a question I want to ask you real quick about, since we're ending on snitching. Do you think, and I'm gonna use Gunner and 6ix9ine, Do you think an artist? Do you think snitching matters in hip hop today, to where an artist shouldn't be able to have a successful career in hip hop once they is proven that they snitch?
I don't think so. I don't think once you're actually, I mean, there's always rumors that somebody, whatever, whatever, whatever. But I think when it's actually a proven fact, no, I don't think that I don't think they really go anywhere after that. I think that is a very, especially in the hip hop genre, I think that is a career killer, like no questions asked. Like you're done.
Okay. Now, to a degree, I agree. Coming from
And
where
if it
hip hop,
ain't, then it should be. If it ain't, then it should be.
coming from where hip hop is rooted from, I totally agree with that. But this is my question about that. So, since we talked about Ghana, Ghana right now is having a bigger career after the fact than he did before the fact.
Because
Like
he ain't
he's
hit
never
that
got.
stand yet. I think that's why he's trying to get it in now.
You think so?
I absolutely do.
Because you know what I'm waiting on. I know right now Thug's not in a position, but I'm because to me, Ghana's
Oh, it's
career
coming. It's
is in the
coming.
palm of Thug's hand. You know what I'm saying? But
Absolutely. And I don't think he gonna have one once they free my guy.
yeah, and that's what I'm waiting on. Now if they don't free him, then that'll prolong whatever he's gonna say, because then there'll be appeals. But I think the world is waiting to hear what Thug has to say about Gunna. Is he gonna say this is my guy, I still rock, or is he gonna say y'all rocking with a rat? I'm very interested. I
Well,
think
have
the
you
world.
heard any of the album that he released a few months ago from jail with Drake? I think Drake was on quite a few tracks on it, and that's when he spoke about the honey bun on the bed and all that.
Um, he has a record on there that's getting radio play here in Atlanta. I don't know how big it is across the world, but it gets a lot of radio play here in Atlanta. I can't even think of the name of it, but he's still getting Atlanta radio is still supporting him.
Good job, Atlanta. Good job. We support Young Thug at Trap Radio too.
And I'm gonna be honest, I completely missed the whole honey bun on the bed thing.
If you know, you know. Don't take that honey bun off that bed. You tell whoever put that honey bun on the bed to come back and get that bitch.
Please send me a link, because I keep hearing people talk about the honey bun on the bed, and I need to know where this story
Okay,
originated from.
I will. I'll send you a link to the song.
Yeah, I need to know. I need to know about this. All right, before we get up out of here, man, we gotta give you guys a spotlight artist. Got to give you guys a spotlight artist, and I have an incredible young man that I want you guys
I
to.
thought you were bringing a girl again. I must say, why you are just
Nah,
trying to get me into these female artists, and I refuse, Vic. Not
nah,
till one
nah,
of them got something to actually say besides, talking about all that coochie and all this.
nah. I figured I would spare you this week. If you notice, I didn't
I
mention one
appreciate you.
female. All
You
right, there's an
didn't. I appreciate
artist.
that.
There's an artist. He goes by the name of Cali, and that's K apostrophe Alley. Cali. He's out of the ATL. What I think is dope about Cali, I've been knowing and following Cali's career since he was about 14 years old, and now he has basically went on and graduated college. He's one of the few artists who brags about graduating college with a 3.5, maybe no, a 4.0. So I think that's really, really dope that he focused on getting his education, but continued to pursue his music career. On Instagram, his name is Poppy Cali, PAPI underscore KALLEY. Um, I like to say he's kind of a hybrid rapper, because you hear the street stories, you hear the stories of his education, as well as the stories of him struggling, to be a young man and keep his head on straight, because the name Cali comes from him being from California and moving to the ATL. So he was moved here to escape the gang violence of California. His mom was like, "No, we got to get up out of here. I don't want to raise my kids here." and it paid off for him and his family because he's a college grad, and he's been very, very positive. He just headlined a show in Atlanta a couple weeks ago, and man, the guy's really, really on the move. He's also just did a show at what's called an ACC Music Fest, which he had the opportunity to open up for Two Chains. Who else was on that bill? Two Chains and K Camp, and he was the opening act. So if y'all get an opportunity, man, check out Cali, K apostrophe Alley. He has a record called Set It Off. I'll be actually posting that on the Instagram channel. It will be a keep it or sweep it. So if you want to just check out a 60-second clip of him, you can on the Instagram of Ridin Durty Radio. But Cali on Instagram, Poppy underscore Cali. Check this young, intelligent man out.
Well, that's very refreshing to hear. Like it really is, and I hope he can gain some recognition and take hip hop back to the direction in which it started in.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I'm gonna be honest though. I love.
I love some thug and banging trap, but y'all gotta quit killing each other. That's what I don't like about it.
Yeah, and you know what? That was kind of my turn. It doesn't bother me the content. You know what I'm saying? None of the content ever bothered me. When I start seeing art, when I start seeing life imitate art, that's when I started kind of saying, okay, y'all tripping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when we can't go 30 days without hearing about a rapper getting killed, I'm like, man, y'all tripping. So
yeah, I got
that's why I pull back. But man, he's a dope artist. I'm gonna send you some music by him. I think he's pretty dope, pretty intelligent. And again, you never hear artists bragging about their GPA. And for the record, he has 50 million views on TikTok and IG.
Way to go. Way to go. I'm definitely going to be checking him out.
All right, Bird. Where can people find you?
Find me on Boss Lady Bird on the YouTube channel. You can find me on IG under Bird420.
All right, now it's word around the bird nest that you have a super dope playlist on Spotify.
It is. It is. Y'all check out Trap Radio on Spotify.
And Trap Radio Broadcast Win on YouTube. You gotta get these folks the real, Bird. You playing with
I know. You can catch me with the pre-duel show, showcasing our independent artists on Monday through Thursday, 5 p.m. And I got to get back to doing more trap radio, and I don't really have a set schedule for that. Just hit the bell for all notifications. Hit the bell for all notifications.
I ain't gonna lie, Bird. You know what I miss? I miss hearing trap radio at like 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. I miss getting off work and you just going in. And I'm like, oh, it's too early to be this thugged. Can't be this thugged out early. Bird, I'm well on.
Hey, sleep late, lose weight.
Hey man, I love those early morning trapped out streams. I miss those guys.
I'm gonna have to get back on that. You right. I've been slacking.
I
just had a lot going on in life, but yeah, I need to get back on that.
For all the artists out there in the world, for all the people listening to this show, first and foremost, if you got news, if you got a release, if you got dirt on your favorite entertainer, you can email me or Bird. What's your email, Bird?
birdbuzz85@gmail.com. birdbuzz85@gmail.com.
Now, if you got word on your favorite artist and you feel like me and Bird should talk about it, email her. But don't be emailing us talking about, I just don't like him. So
I ain't trying to hear all that.
Yeah. So, and last thing, all you artists out there, if you're looking to be heard, Bird has a very, very dope playlist on Spotify as well as her stream. So if you're an independent artist and you're trying to mingle in the trap, the bird nest in the trap, Bird, you like that nest that's in the trap.
Yeah.
if you want to mingle in the bird nest in the trap and you want Bird to hear your music, man, submit it to her. And again, Bird Buzz, say it again, I always mess it up.
birdbuzz85@gmail.com.
Send Bird your music and it will be
Send me that
heard
music. Send me that music.
all around the world. All around the world. And for everybody, if you want to check me out, you can check me out on Instagram, Ridin Durty Radio, on Twitter, Ridin Durty Radio, on TikTok, Ridin Durty Radio. Same thing goes here. If you want me to check your music out, bigdickxl@gmail.com. And Bird mentioned it, I'm gonna mention it. We do the duel, the internet's only daily song battle, 6 p.m. Monday through Thursday. If you're an artist and you want an opportunity to win a amazing package to help promote your career, come participate in the duel and participate in the pre-duel show. The pre-duel show starts at 5 p.m. The duel starts at 6 p.m. Monday through Thursday. Become part of the movement. And if you just like the content, continue to support me and Bird. We drop content every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. Become part of the dopest chat, giving you what's going on in this world of hip hop and entertainment. I said it like I was reading it off a card.
Yes, sir. No, you got this shit memorized.
All right, Bird. I gotta break out, as we used to say back in the old days. I gotta break out.
All right. Break out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, remember time is one thing you cannot get back. And if you chose to spend 1 second listening to Bird and myself, for that, we love you. Till next episode.
We appreciate you, my guy.
Peace.